All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Government starts joint inspection of drug manufacturing units across the country to ensure high quality of medicines. Bharat Biotech's nasal spray COVID vaccine to cost 800 rupees for private centres and 325 for government hospitals. CBSE releases complete schedule for Class 10 and 12 practical exams. State-owned telecom operator BSNL to launch 5G services in the country by next year. India to bid for hosting 2036 Olympic Games, says Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur. And in cricket, BCCI announces Team India's squads for 2020 International and ODI series against Sri Lanka starting next week. And now the news in detail. The Central Drug Standard Control Organization CDSCO has started conducting joint inspections of identified drug manufacturing units along with State Drugs Control Administration as per a risk-based approach. This was started under the direction of Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Mansukh Mandviya. The joint inspections are being conducted all over the country as per the standard operating procedures. A committee of 2 joint drugs controllers has been constituted at CDSCO headquarters to monitor the process of inspection, reporting and subsequent action so as to ensure compliance with the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and the rules thereunder. A report.
The Health Ministry said this will ensure high standards of quality compliance with respect to drugs manufactured in the country. An action plan for nationwide inspection of manufacturing units that are identified to be at risk of manufacturing not of standard quality drugs was made prior to carrying out inspections. The objective of drug regulation is to ensure the safety, efficacy and quality of the drugs available in the country. The Drug Control Administration is required to ensure that manufacturing units comply with Drugs and Cosmetics Act, especially to the requirements of good manufacturing practices. Suparna Saikya, AIR News, Delhi.
Bharat Biotech has said that its nasal vaccine against COVID-19, INCOVAC, would be available to the public from the 4th week of January. The Hyderabad-based biotechnology company said that the vaccine will cost 800 rupees for private markets and 325 rupees for governments. Talking to AIR News, COVID Task Force Chairman N.K. Arora said Bharat Biotech's INCOVAC is the world's first intranasal COVID vaccine to receive approval for the primary 2-dose schedule as well as a heterologous booster dose.
It is a matter of great pride that world's first nasal COVID vaccine is now available in India. This vaccine is developed and then manufactured in India. This vaccine will be available from January onwards. In private sector, it will be available for 800 rupees and the government is purchasing for 325 rupees per dose. This vaccine is to be taken only for those who are eligible. That means from the age of 18 onwards, and those who have not taken the precaution dose so far can take this as a heterologous precaution dose to reinforce their immune state.
The nasal vaccine will be rolled out as a booster dose for those above 18 years of age. INCOVAC has been developed by Bharat Biotech in partnership with America's Washington University. President Draupadi Murmu will visit Bhadradri, Kothagudem and Mulugu districts of Telangana today. The President, who is on southern sojourn in Bullaram, will be visiting Sri Sita Ramaswamy Temple at Bhadrachalam and world-famous Ramappa Temple at Mulugu today. She will inaugurate Samakka Saralamma Janjati Pujari Sammelan at Bhadrachalam this morning. She will be virtually inaugurating 2 Eklavya Model Residential Schools of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs at Kumaram, Bhim, Asifabad district in Telangana. The President will also be laying the foundation stone for development of tourism infrastructure at Ramappa Temple under Prasad scheme of the Union Tourism Ministry. Communications and Electronics and Information Technology Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has expressed confidence that 80% of the country would be covered by 5G services within a span of 24 to 36 months. He said 5G services will be rolled out by the state-owned telecom operator BSNL by next year. In an exclusive interview to AIR News, Mr. Vaishnaw said 5G services have already been started in 50 cities across the country, and every week almost 5,000 new sites are being added. He said 5G services will make a huge difference in the field of education, healthcare, agriculture and logistics.
We are going through the 5G rollout at a very, very fast pace. Every week, almost 5,000 new sites are getting added. By now, more than 50 cities have already got added to the 5G network. Typically, a country of our size should take about 4 to 5 years for 5G rollout. We have kept a very aggressive target of 24 to 36 months.
The Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, has announced its schedule for the Class 10th and 12th practical exams. The CBSE issued the detailed notification yesterday on its website, cbse.gov.in. As per the CBSE, the practical exams for students of classes 10 and 12 will commence from January 2, 2023 onwards. Schools have been given time till February the 14th, 2023 to complete all practical exams, projects and internal assessments. The CBSE said that uploading of the marks or internal grades for the practical exams will commence on 2nd of February and will conclude on 14th February. The board said that no request for special permission beyond the schedule will be entertained by the board. Under the aegis of our Year-Ender series, the News Services Division of All India Radio brings an exclusive interview of Shri Hardeep Singh Puri, Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, on various initiatives and achievements of the ministries. In the interview, Mr. Puri expressed his optimism regarding formation of the International Biofuels Alliance, especially as India ascends to G20 presidency.
ब्राजील में एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उसका नाम है यूनिका, जो उनकी एथेनॉल प्रोड्यूसर्स की एसोसिएशन है। तो मेरी पहली मुलाकात उनके अध्यक्ष के साथ जब साओ पाउलो में हुई थी, मुझे याद है उन्होंने कहा था अगर भारत ब्राजील का साथ दे दे, अमेरिका तो ऑलरेडी बायोफ्यूल्स में बहुत एक्टिव है, तो इंटरनेशनल बायोफ्यूल्स अलायंस बन सकती है। मैं बात कर रहा हूं 2006 की। आज मैं बड़े गर्व से आपको कह सकता हूं कि हम भारत की जो अध्यक्षता है G20 की, इसको इस्तेमाल करके इंटरनेशनल बायोफ्यूल्स अलायंस बना देंगे।
This interview can be heard on FM Gold channel from 7:10 p.m. onwards in Surkhiyon mein and from 9:15 p.m. onwards in Spotlight tonight. This interview will also be available on our website newsonair.gov.in and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has said India will bid for hosting the Olympic Games in 2036. Mr. Thakur said that the government will present a roadmap before the full members of the International Olympic Committee during its session in Mumbai in September 2023. Talking to a newspaper, Mr. Thakur said the government will back the Indian Olympic Association IOA's bid for hosting the Games. The minister said that Gujarat already has a world-class sporting infrastructure and Ahmedabad is likely to be the host city for the Games. Mr. Thakur said that if India can host the G20 presidency in a grand manner, then the government can also pitch in to host the Olympics, and it will do so along with the IOA. Cold wave conditions continue to sweep several parts of North India. Rajasthan has been experiencing cold wave for the last 1 week. The Shikhavati region is most affected. Fatehpur in Sikar district and Mount Abu in Sirohi recorded temperatures below the freezing point. The minimum temperature was -1.7 degrees in Fatehpur and -0.5 degrees in Mount Abu. It was -1 in Jobner in Jaipur. The night temperature remained below 5 degrees Celsius in 10 districts. Fog has affected road, rail and air traffic in many districts. Due to the effect of a new western disturbance, there will be partly cloudy sky in some parts of Bikaner and Jaipur division of Rajasthan till tomorrow, although the chances of rain are very less. In Kashmir Valley, the cold wave condition continue to prevail as the mercury remains below the freezing point. A report from our Srinagar correspondent.
The Kashmir Valley continues to remain in the grip of intense cold as the temperature shows a constant dip with every passing day. Yesterday, a minimum temperature of -4.8 degrees Celsius was recorded in Srinagar, while as -6.7 degrees Celsius was recorded at the famous tourist spot Pahalgam. As per the local unit of the Met Department, the weather will remain dry and cold for the next 24 hours. Ishfaq Shah, AIR News, Srinagar.
The United Nations Security Council, UNSC, has expressed concerns over the Taliban's decision to close all schools above the 6th grade for girls in Afghanistan. The UNSC said that it is deeply alarmed by the reports of Taliban having prohibited women and girls from attending universities. The UNSC called for the full, equal and meaningful participation of women and girls in Afghanistan. Russia has announced to ban oil supplies to countries that have introduced price caps on Russian oil and petroleum products in response to Moscow's operation in Ukraine. According to the Kremlin's website, President Vladimir Putin has signed a decree saying the supply of Russian oil and oil products to foreign legal entities and individuals is prohibited if the contracts for these supplies directly or indirectly are using a price cap. The decree will be in effect for 5 months from 1st of February until 1st July next year. The decree also said President Putin could give special permission to supply to countries that fall under the ban. National Education Society for Tribal Students, NESTS, under Tribal Affairs Ministry will organize a 2-day capacity building program from today for Eklavya Model Residential School teachers in Delhi. The 2-day face-to-face training workshop is being organized for teachers from 54 Eklavya Model Residential Schools of 6 states for the Future Engineer program in collaboration with Amazon. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, has announced Team India's squads for 2020 International and ODI series against Sri Lanka starting next week. All-rounder Hardik Pandya has been named the captain, while Suryakumar Yadav has been selected the vice-captain for 3-match T20 International Series, according to a BCCI statement released last night. Senior players like Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are not part of the squad. Rohit, who injured his thumb, will return later to lead the Indian team in the 3-match ODI series against Sri Lanka, while Hardik will be his deputy in one day. Kohli has been rested for the International T20 series, while he also will return for the 3 ODIs. Shivam Mavi and Mukesh Kumar earned their maiden 2020 call-up for India. First 2020 will be played on 3rd of next month in Mumbai, while 2nd and 3rd games will be hosted in Pune and Rajkot on the 5th and 7th of January. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Sarabjit Kaur.
Thank you, Anuja. Fulfilling the vision of Prime Minister of an insurgency-free and prosperous Northeast, a headline in Hindustan Times writes, Centre signs peace deal with armed Manipur outfit ZUF. EC to begin delimitation exercise in Assam to use census figures of 2001, reports The Hindu. India tests readiness with drills for COVID preparedness, notes The Tribune. Bharat Bio's intranasal vax to debut on Co-Win, cites The Economic Times. Now post-mortem can be conducted at night in Delhi, reports The Pioneer. And finally, Delhi Cricket Stadium witnessed a rare sight. The Indian Express has a picture of Ranji Trophy players wearing layers of clothing in Delhi with the headline, Cold Play at Kotla. Tamil Nadu cricketers get extra cover for Delhi winter, monkey caps and thermals. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Sarabjit. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Government starts joint inspection of drug manufacturing units across the country to ensure high quality of medicines. Bharat Biotech's nasal spray COVID vaccine to cost 800 rupees for private centres and 325 for government hospitals. CBSE releases complete schedule for Class 10 and 12 practical exams. State-owned telecom operator BSNL to launch 5G services in the country by next year. India to bid for hosting 2036 Olympic Games, says Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur. And in cricket, BCCI announces Team India squads for 2020 International and ODI series against Sri Lanka starting next week. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.